Today, here where I live in Spain, we have a public holiday because it's Maundy Thursday. Now, Maundy Thursday is a day that's often neglected in our modern society. For many, it's a normal working day, in favour of Good Friday and Easter Sunday. But it's an important day for those with a Christian faith, and it was marked with ritual in the Tudor period, particularly by the monarch, as it still is today. Maundy Thursday commemorates the Last Supper, the final meal that Jesus Christ had with his disciples before his arrest. At that meal, the Passover meal, according to Luke's Gospel, Christ took bread, gave thanks to God, broke it, and shared it with his disciples, saying, "This is my body given for you. Do this in remembrance of me." He then took the cup of wine, saying, "This cup is the new covenant in my blood, which is poured out for you." Christians all over the world remember this gesture today by celebrating the Eucharist, also known as Holy Communion. According to John's Gospel, it was at this meal, this final meal, that Jesus washed his disciples' feet. And both Luke and John record him saying that one among them would betray him. Now, the first royal Maundy service was recorded in the 13th century in the reign of King John, and it became traditional for the monarch to provide a meal along with gifts of clothing, food and money for poor people, commemorating Jesus washing the feet of his disciples. By the reign of King Henry VIII, this had developed into washing the feet of poor people, with the number of recipients equalling the monarch's age, followed by the king giving each person a red purse containing pennies equalling his age. Henry's wives followed the tradition of giving alms on Maundy Thursday. In March 1535, Anne Boleyn gave alms, and there is a letter in Letters and Papers from Sir Edward Chamberlain and Sir Edmund Bedingfield to Cromwell, stating that Catherine of Aragon, who is now known as the Princess Dowager, intends to keep a Maundy in spite of the King's order of last year to the contrary. It was no longer her place to give alms, but she was clearly intent on doing so. And we have a contemporary report from Queen Mary I's reign, which gives us a vivid picture of how this ceremony was carried out. In 1556, Mary took part in the Maundy ritual by washing the feet of 41 poor women, one for each year of her life. After the initial preparations by members of her household, the Queen herself knelt down and moved from woman to woman along the hall, washing each foot, drying it carefully, making the sign of the cross and even kissing it. What's striking about this account is that the observer noted how sincere and devotional Mary's actions appeared. This wasn't simply royal ceremony, but something Mary deeply felt. And the ritual didn't end there. Mary then made several passes through the hall, giving gifts to each of the women: food, drink, clothing, shoes, and Maundy money, again reflecting her age. Finally, she gave away her own gown to the poorest and oldest woman present. All of this took place to the sound of penitential psalms, reinforcing the religious significance of the day: humility, charity, and service. Her half-sister Elizabeth I continued the tradition, and although the foot washing came to an end in the 18th century, the tradition of Maundy money, alms, continues to this day. Earlier today, King Charles III and Queen Camilla attended a special service at St Asaph in Denbighshire, North Wales. A BBC News report stated that the King gave Maundy gifts to 77 men and 77 women, recognising their service to their communities. Each recipient received 2 purses, a white one containing specially minted coins totalling 77 pence, reflecting the King's age, and a red purse with commemorative coins, including one marking the centenary of Queen Elizabeth II's birth and another celebrating 50 years of the King's trust. I think it's wonderful that this royal tradition is being continued today. Also, on Maundy Thursday in Tudor times, churches were prepared for Easter with water and wine used to wash the altars, and it was traditional for people to go to confession. The 3 holy oils, the chrism, the oil of catechumens, and the oil of the sick, were also blessed on this day. Now, do you do anything special in your community or at home to mark Maundy Thursday? If you do, I'd love to hear, so please do comment. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.